Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Renegade Operative here, and welcome to yet another gaming news video. On the topic of today, we're going to be talking about the latest collaboration with Square Enix and Marvel, and that is the collaboration that they are doing with the Avengers Project, which is a new video game, unspecified what it's going to be actually. It's supposed to be some more information, some more tidbits. So I'm going to introduce all of that. I'm going to let you guys know everything extra that I found, everything pertinent that I found. I'm going to let you know all my history with some certain Marvel projects, what I think of them now currently. I guess I can give a little bit of a backstory. When it comes to Marvel, I love them. I really appreciate the MCU. It's a great verse. So to see Marvel have that foray to coming back and coming back to the video game medium, it means a lot because back then during the sixth generation of consoles, they made the best titles. They made top of the line stuff. Some stuff was hit or miss, obviously, but I do remember fond memories of stuff like The Punisher, stuff like Spider-Man 2, and games like The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. So those collaborations were very pertinent back in the sixth generation of consoles. Now, what you get is you get a slew of Lego titles. I mean, of course, maybe those titles will appeal to someone, but they personally don't appeal to me. So to see them come back with more AAA games really screams that Marvel is trying to take themselves seriously in the video game market. They really are trying to come back and introduce more fun and variety in all forms of entertainment. They are doing this with Spider-Man with Insomniac. They are doing this with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and now they are making this project with Square Enix. So I'm going to get into the bullet points here, and I'm going to list them off one by one. Now, they made a lot of PR statements on their website, a lot of PR jargon about how this team up came into fruition, how this came to be, how this was created and conceived. But the most important thing you need to know is this statement right here. The Avengers Project is being designed for gamers worldwide. It will be packed with all the characters, environments, and iconic moments that have thrilled longtime fans of the franchise. Featuring a completely original story, it will introduce a universe of gamers that can play for years to come. More details on the Avengers Project and other games will be announced in 2018. So the two most important things to note here is that Marvel is really taking the originality aspect of their stories very seriously. They're really crafting something new for the video game verse that really has no connection to stuff that's going on like the MCU, stuff that's going on in their previous established movies. They're just taking these characters, their backstories, and making them wholly original, which I can appreciate while working with these teams. And another thing to note is that 2018 seems to be this whole reveal of new information about this game, as well as revealing more projects, more collaborations possibly. So it means that Marvel is really stepping up their A game in terms of taking all these projects very seriously, and I really appreciate that. It's just more to look forward to than just Spider-Man and the Avengers. There's a lot more on the horizon than meets the eye. So we're going to talk a little bit about the two developers behind this project, and that is Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. So first and foremost, I have a lot more history with Crystal Dynamics, so I'm going to talk about them first. Crystal Dynamics is the creators of the Tomb Raider franchise, primarily the Tomb Raider franchise. I don't know about the other works they created, but I do know them for Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider was a series that had a lot of ups and downs. I'm pretty sure that after the Tomb Raider boom, everyone knows that Laura just became a household name. Everyone loved this character because she embodied what it meant to be a strong and kick-ass female protagonist while just having this whole action adventure aspect centered around her. I think it was very grand and unique for its time, and Tomb Raider still holds up, but of course, like Lara Croft, she gets a lot of comparisons to Uncharted with the franchise now, with the Tomb Raider reboot, how that series works. So I can see why a lot of people are saying that, but it doesn't mean that Crystal Dynamics are bad game developers. So continuing on, we have Deus Ex. Here we have Eidos Montreal, and they mostly work on Deus Ex. Now, I only have experience with Human Revolution as far as that goes. I think that it was a well-crafted game. It had a certain appeal to it, a visual appeal that I really appreciated and enjoyed, and that really just resonated throughout the entire experience. Now, for their game design, it was a bit questionable because remember, Human Revolution had bad boss fights. It's something that they actually had to fix in the director's cut. So I would say when it comes to boss fights, I don't know if Mankind Divided went back and fixed everything up with the boss fights and made them better, but in terms of Human Revolution, I didn't like the boss fights too much. So maybe they learned their lesson, Eidos Montreal, with the boss fights. That's the only thing that really worries me, and the fact that, you know, Crystal Dynamics, they worked on Tomb Raider for a long time, so I haven't seen them take on another project of this magnitude that was a breath of fresh air. But here's hoping that these two can collaborate and do good things together. I mean, they aren't bad developers in a sense. Like I said, I enjoyed their games, but it does leave some room for concern also when you think about their history. So we have the next key point here, which is talking about how I would want the game to play, function, and operate. So this is going to be more speculation because I'm just talking out of my ass. I mean, the CGI trailer, it really didn't give me much of an interpretation gameplay wise, and that is pretty much par for the course. So I'm going to be talking about how I want the game to play, and I think they should totally avoid first person view because there's a video that I'm going to show you guys right now. It should be playing right now, of a THQ cancel Avengers game, and they had problems with this during development. They had bad functionality, they couldn't get it to work, and they just couldn't make this project lift off the ground because of so many features, because of so many things they were implementing at the time. I think what a lot of people need to understand is that game development is certainly not easy, and when it comes to putting together the final piece for a puzzle, it's certainly a rewarding challenge in the sense that if everyone likes your game, then everything's peachy keen. But in terms of development, there are some ideas that just don't work, and I think that what Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal need to do is they need to not follow the same footsteps of certain developers, and they need to not follow down the same paths of certain things that were attempted in the past. Maybe they could create something new and original. I mean, you are creating a original story, so I think the gameplay needs to follow suit. So maybe they could do something to the effect of having the Avengers game in third person. It would be cool because you would be seeing all the superheroes do their nifty little moves with the over the shoulder camera. You would be seeing everything going down in a third person plane, and I think maybe they need to implement co-op here. I mean, I don't think you can think of one video game enthusiast and lover of comic books in general that will say hell no to an Avengers game in co-op. It just doesn't happen. It's like a match made in heaven. It's something that I think is completely and totally an idea that a lot of people will want. So I think that's the best course of action they need to go, is this needs to be a co-op oriented third person game. I would really love the hell out of that. Next, we're going to talk about possible characters that might show up. I mean, the trailer pretty much alluded to the fact that the Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America is going to be in the game, but maybe you'll have glimpses of Miss Marvel, maybe you'll have Black Widow, maybe you'll have Nick Fury. I think that maybe even War Machine could show up. Because it's an original story, it has endless possibilities as to who might pop in and out from the Marvel universe. So I think that it's all due to who Marvel owns. Whoever Marvel owns might cross over with this project, so you might see a few friendly faces here or there. I mean, Marvel doesn't own Spider-Man, they just borrowed him out, but maybe they could have some sort of deal there where you could see Spider-Man maybe in this project. Who knows what could happen at this rate, but that's how freaking excited I am to see the endless possibilities of what could happen with collaborations. In closing, I guess I can bring up some very realistic expectations. If you know Square Enix, then don't expect this game anytime soon. You've been waiting years for Kingdom Hearts 3. You've been waiting years for Final Fantasy 15. Even back then when it was Versus 13. You guys have been waiting. And you're going to be waiting even more because they already announced some of their projects are going to be on hold or are a long ways off, like the Final Fantasy 7 remake, for example. So I think this game is not going to come out anytime this year, maybe not even anytime next year. I think they're going to show gameplay next year, and that's going to be it. That's all you're going to get. So if you know Square Enix, you're going to know that you're going to be pretty much on a long wait. So this is Renegade Operative signing out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I was just shooting off the hip as usual, but I think my next video is going to be scripted, which is going to be talking about why I think there will never be a good Superman game. I think since we're talking about comic book games, we might as well segue into the next best thing. So this video should come out in tandem with that discussion video itself. Hopefully you guys really are enjoying my channel. Remember to like and comment, give your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time. Renegade out.